The latest redistricting in Minnesota left some House and Senate districts without an incumbent for the upcoming 2022 midterm election. Two candidates are looking to fill an unoccupied seat in House 5A, which now includes portions of Cass, Wadena, Hubbard, and Becker counties. Republican Krista Knutson and DFL candidate Brian Hobson both aim to represent the people of 5A and address concerns such as education and voter security. Due to a candidate scheduling conflict, we were unable to bring you a debate for this district, but tonight our reporter Mary Balstead gives us a closer look at the race.
Many issues are on the ballot for voters come November 8th, and one is for new representation for Minnesota House District 5A.
I am currently the mayor of Lakeshore, which is in southern Cass County. Before that, I served on the city council there for 8 years. My husband and I also own a restaurant in Lakeshore, Cowboys, and we're the proud parents of 4 beautiful kids. The biggest reason why I'm running is my children.
I am a teacher for just about 20 years. I'm a rural Minnesotan through and through. As a public school teacher, I know that how important public schools are to our rural communities, and so my highest priority is to fully fund public education.
Hobson and Knutson have many issues they wish to address if elected as the House representative, with a main one pertaining to education.
I think that we need more parent involvement. Now more than ever, we see parents just wanting to be involved. When your child comes home from school and they're telling you some of the things that are being discussed, it's alarming. I think a lot of parents want to put that into perspective and understand more about exactly what's going on.
We have this group of people who make standards for the state of Minnesota schools. And it's a group of people that include teachers, and it includes legislators, and it includes parents, and it includes area experts. And you know what? They do a really nice job making some high standards for Minnesota. And that is who should determine standards for our students. School boards and school administrators at the local level should determine the curriculum.
A main concern for some up until they enter the voting booth is election security. For Knutson and Hobson, they state that this is a top priority to address for the constituents of House 5A.
We definitely need to make some moves toward voter ID. We have to prove who we are in so many different areas of our everyday lives that it's kind of ridiculous to me that we don't require that for voting.
I don't have a lot of concern about election integrity because the votes are counted locally. To imply that there's anything fishy going on is just to accuse your neighbors of being dishonest. And I'm unwilling to accuse my neighbors of being dishonest.
Another issue on the minds of candidates and voters alike is the rising crime rates within Minnesota and how even rural communities are feeling its effects.
The reason that crime might seem like it's on the rise, which I dispute those numbers, but the reason why it might seem that way is because folks are really struggling right now. And the way to help is to help, not to blame. We can't blame poor folks for being poor. We have to help poor folks be less poor so they don't have to steal from their neighbors in order to survive. That's a way we make everybody better off.
We're seeing an uptick in crime. You know, our jails are filling up. It's costing taxpayers more money. Some of the best ways to correct that is supporting our police officers. Here in Greater Minnesota, we do that. We love our police officers. We recognize how important they are to our everyday lives. They're retiring at record rates. They're leaving the profession. We need to incentivize people to go back into policing, to law enforcement.
And with 2023 being a budget year for the legislature, the $9.25 billion surplus that was in talks during the last session will most likely make an appearance once more. The main question, however, is what to do with that money.
My primary focus is, of course, funding some of the priorities that I have, such as public education, such as early childhood education and childcare in general, such as housing for folks who either don't have a house or don't have a place that they can afford. And of course, I am interested in property tax reform for folks in the middle, because that is a hardship.
The number one priority for me would be eliminating the tax on Social Security benefits once and for all. Also just historic permanent tax cuts. Clearly, we have this huge budget surplus. We're overtaxing the hardworking people of Minnesota. That money belongs back in their pockets. And now with inflation and gas prices the way they are, people need that money.
Whether it's a singular issue or multiple that are on the ballot for voters, the chance to have their voices heard in House 5A will come November 8th. Reporting from House District 5A, Mary Balsted, Lakeland News.
Lakeland News is member-supported content. Please consider supporting Lakeland News today.